Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 10 with the San Jose Sharks, and this is our go all in season. Got our history. We took over, here, I guess, right? Yeah, here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 6th season, and you can see we started pretty damn good. We are 14-3-3. And we are in first place just barely. We're a point ahead of Edmonton, but we got 3 games in hand. Our goaltending has been absolutely dynamic. You look at Gaudreau, 8 starts. He's 6-2. He has 3 shutouts, a 1.88 goals against. Gage Alexander, 2.40. I mean, offense hasn't been quite as good this year, hasn't been quite as dominant, but we're getting it done with our goaltending and our defense. Brendan Brisson leads us in points. He, Frundell, and Misa each with 21. Is that the line? No, that's right. We got Austin Matthews centering Brisson and Frundell, and then Misa centering Nelson and Brindley. So, yeah, Brisson, Frundell, Misa all with 21 points. Austin Matthews, his first year as a Shark, 17 points in 20 games. Gavin Brindley has got 17 points. Levshunov has 17 points as a defenseman. Seider has 15, and he's a plus 25 in 20 games. Nelson with 14 points. So it's up and down the board. We don't have anybody who's, at a point and a half a game or whatever. We just have a ton of people that are performing. Musty's got 13. Anderson has 13. Olesen with 12. Shabbat with 11. Dobson, Doc, Kampf, Holmertz, Vluswick. They are all performing for us. Stats, goalies. Gage Alexander, 8-1-1 with a 2.40 goals against and a .920 save percentage. And Benjamin Gaudreau, 6-2 with a 1.88 and a .929. We have 6 shutouts in our first 20 games of the season. That is bonkers. Team stats, we are 3rd in the league in goals for. 4.25 goals per game. And we are 2nd in goals allowed behind only Buffalo at 2.20. So things are going pretty well for us there. I don't really know what else to talk about. I mean, where things are going smoothly. We're not going to make any moves right now, but this is our go all in season. We're running out of time here really once Out of the Park 25 comes out, that's going to be the entirety of what's on my channel. So we got about a week here to make this happen. So maybe this season and next is really it. So, we've got some players that are trade options. Kowalchuk is definitely a trade option. Lund, Patra, Royston. I mean, these guys are all trade chips. I don't know what we would necessarily need. We've got Seider, Dobson, Vluswick on the right, Levshunov, Shabbat, and Anderson on the left. I mean, I would say a replacement for Anderson, but why? I mean, he's really good offensively. Maybe another forward. I don't know. Maybe a scoring left wing or a scoring right wing, and then we can bump one of either Brindley or Nelson down the line. I mean, maybe that's the option. Maybe pick up a high impact scoring left wing or right wing. Got Mason McTavish. I mean, maybe someone like Mason McTavish. That might be an interesting get. Stick him on the left wing and push everybody down a slot. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's not for right now, though. It's not anything we need to do right this second. That's part of the trade deadline, so we got that set. Team harmony is acceptable. We should. Cool. We get rid of that. Get rid of that click. And so that's just a quick intro to where we are. So as always, I'll sim ahead to January 1st. We'll come back and we'll do January together. So I will talk to you momentarily. All right, we're back on January 1st, and things are looking pretty good for your San Jose Sharks. We lost our last game here to finish the month, but we are 22-5-6. Best record, second best record in hockey. Columbus, 26-7-1 for the Blue Jackets. But 22-5-6 for us. We've been dealing with some injuries. Austin Matthews been out for about a week and a half or so. And David Kampf is also out now. But from a statistical standpoint, Brisson and Frondell both lead us with 38 points. Misa's at 35. Matthews had picked it up. He was on a tear before getting hurt. He was up to 31 points in 28 games. Yeah, I mean, look at his point totals here. Just 2-1-3-0-2-1-2. Yeah, I mean, he had been doing a really nice job before he got hurt. He'll be back soon though. Brindley having a nice season. Levshuvnov 28 points in 33 games. Sider is up to a plus 33. He's still at basically. I want to see if he can end up around 80 plus minus. I mean, he's at a 1-to-1 ratio right now. Yeah, but up and down the list, things are going pretty well from an offensive and defensive perspective. Nobody who is negative in the plus small, except for Lund. He's only played 2 games, though. Goaltender-wise, took a step back a little bit in that month, but still amongst the best in the NHL. Alexander 13-2-5 with a 2.62 and a 9.13, and then Gaudreau 9-3-1 with a 2.29 and a 9.16. So things are looking up for us. We got Buffalo coming up on January 2nd, which will be a test. We can see Gaudreau is second in the NHL. So Buffalo does have the better goaltending tandem. That Levi is at, I don't know what his first name is. Lassie Thompson is a defenseman, I think. But he's got a 1.70 goals against, and Devin Levy's a 2.57. So we've got the second best goaltending in the NHL. So hope we'll probably see some low-scoring games there. Development report. Anybody of note? Duhamel gets a little bit better. Kowalchuk gets a little better. Simon Martin gets better. Yeah. Dubé, Frondell, Musty, Vluswick. Shabbat loses a little. Kampf loses a little in his strength, but his defense is still a 16. Top-selling jerseys, Matthews is 4th. Set the monthly budget. Assign our scouts. And see how we stand from a harmony perspective. Why? Oh, we've got some issues because nobody likes Luke Vluswick. It's kind of weird. But let's see if we can... Okay, so we were able to get somebody to leave the click. Anton Frondell. So we'll get to our next game. And I messed around to see what it would take to get McTavish from Anaheim, and they wanted Leenders, Ryerson Leenders, our 5-star potential goalie, which I wasn't crazy about. But as we get closer to the deadline, there's got to be some names on there that we'll be able to potentially pick up. And there's always a big delay between January 1st and January 2nd, so we're just sort of waiting on that now. As I was saying... Only 5 regulation losses in the first 2 months of the season for us. I will take that. But we're still not the dominant team, and we only got a 4-point lead on Edmonton. Blue Jackets have a better record than us. Too many overtime losses. I mean, we're doing what the Bruins are doing in real life this year with those OT losses. All right. I don't care about nationalities. A new click formed. Come on, I just broke one up. All right. Well, let's quickly... Yeah, I tried adding McTavish, and if I gave them... Leanders, it's close. But I'm not sure that I want to do that. All right, let's go through the list and see who's here that I would be willing to give up. Kowalchuk? Yes. Yes, I know. Martin. Musty's not great. But I would rather not remove anybody from... Yeah, like, it just doesn't get it done. I mean, what if I give up a first? I don't have a first-round pick. What if I keep just trading first-round picks? Nope. Okay, so we'll have to get closer to the deadline. And it's not a surprise. I mean, that's a really good contract for really an elite offensive talent. So that's not a huge surprise. So we'll just do some simming here and see what we can do as we get closer to the deadline as we're home against Buffalo. 6-2 victory. You love scoring 6 goals against the best defensive team in the NHL. I had a couple of games in December where I went back-to-back 9-2 and 7-0 wins. So Danny Nelson with the hat trick, Frundell, Shabbat, Kirby Dach. Okay, so Matthews is better, so let's replace Dubé with Austin Matthews. I probably should have replaced him in that game, but move everybody down. Power play, get Matthews back in there. Cool. All right. Media praises Frundell after the win. Let's praise him. I don't know what that's gonna do. Is that gonna piss off the rest of the team? I don't know. Samuel Fajemo, Lawson Krause. Ooh. If I was still growing, that would be a nice pick. That'd be a nice pickup. 15 defense. All right, let's keep going. At home against the Canadiens. That's what I was going to say. That should have been an easy win, given where Montreal was in the standings, but yep. And then we got Columbus coming up. Shuvnov is day-to-day with an injury, and he is actually day-to-day. So we'll sim up to the game against Columbus and see if he needs to come out. I'll take 23-6-6. I mean, we were, 13-2 and 13-3-3? So we literally, I guess we've only gone 10-3-3 in our last 16 games versus going... Okay. I don't think we're frozen. Oh, it's thinking. There we go. Ben King on the trade block. Ooh, goody. David Kampf, premature to play. Check the trading block again just to see if there's anything new. I mean, I bet I could get someone like Nichushkin pretty cheap. 4.8, 4.8, yeah. Contract is just average. Connor Garland, no. Freddie, only 3 goals this season, back-to-back 20-goal seasons. I love me some Trent Frederick, but not at this point. All right, Levshunov is still hurt, so we will just quickly replace him with Edward. Play this game at Columbus. Battle of the 2 best teams in the NHL. And we get blanked. All right, well, it's 2 losses in a row for us for the first time this season, I think. We may be looking for, I don't know what we're going to be. I mean, I think, to try to push us over the top there, I think we are going to need something. But, I mean, maybe this is the year we give up on Leenders and see what we can get out of it, see what we can get for him. Levshuvnov is ready, so we can replace Edward with Levshuvnov. I mean, is this something I want to do? Ooh, they pulled him off of the trade block. Ooh, Shane Wright is on the trade block now. That's a nothing contract, man. What can I get him for? He would be below the cap. Okay, well, I can probably give you something that puts you over the cap, but let's add some players in there that I want to give up. All right, salary. I don't have any. Well, I shouldn't say I don't have any bad contracts. Patra. All right. So now if I stuck Leenders in there, they would accept that offer. 25-year-old Shane Wright. He's a right wing, but can I? Look at all these players, man. We are just absolutely loaded. That is a nothing contract. Leenders is going to be good, though, man. Oh, he's going to be good. I've talked about going all in. This gets us a stud forward who's averaging a point a game this season. He's 25 years old. Cameron Lund. All right. I think we're going to do this. I said I wanted to go all in, and I think I want to go all in. Getting Shane Wright from a position of strength. We're going to go ahead and offer it. Flash 50 players under contract. All right. $50 players under contract. All right, give me another bad player. Oh, come on. All right, so let's try this. All right, so give me Longo. I will give you Patra. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to add a draft pick. So let's just go down here and what sort of draft pick? Yeah. All right, so make this work. So what if I put in Lund? That's a well-balanced offer. And then I get you to give me Pike. And then that should work. There we go. All right, so we're going to give up Leenders, Patra, and Lund, and we're going to get a couple players I don't care about. But the big get for us here is Shane Wright. Huge trade. Leenders was one of the first draft picks we ever made. He signed to a nothing contract. We got to re-sign Dubé. Let's turn the auto qualify on. Sure. All right. It can't. Leenders has got to be that goalie for next season. He has to be. So if we go back to it's going to be hard. I'm going to have to do. Oh, I didn't want to take him off. Well, I guess I kind of did. I think we're going to wait. Shane Wright, though, man, that is. I mean, Alexander's an absolute beast. He's a stud. And he's signed to a 3-year contract that's ridiculous. I mean, Leenders and Alexander would be. I get the feeling that the keeping Leenders is not taking advantage of. Is just taking advantage of not taking advantage of the resources. We are super deep at goaltending in goal, I should say. And Shane Wright's making next to nothing. This feels like a deal that if we were kind of in it, that we should be making. All right, let's just sim ahead the next day. I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing that. See what happens against Florida. Yeah, it's another loss. That's 3 straight losses. All right, let's do it. Oh, this hurts. Oh God, he's a 2.5 star, 5-star goalie. I can't do it. I can't. I can't do it. We're gonna keep simming here. Maybe the demand will be less as we get closer to the deadline. Like, I want to go all in, but I also want to go all in realistically, right? Like, I don't know how many seasons I have left, but I don't want to. I don't want to trade the entire minor leagues because that's just not all that realistic. All right, at Tampa, there's a 3-2 win, so we bounce back there. Nelson, and Misa. Yeah, I mean, if we look at team stats, goals for, we're second in goals for, and third in goals against. I don't know what we, where we struggle. I mean, maybe it's power play. Yeah, I mean, our power play could be better. We have the best PK in the league. I mean, someone like Wright really makes sense. But all right, let's try this one more time. I want to try this a different way, though. Philadelphia. Let's try this a different way. Let's start with Musty. But at least we're getting a message that doesn't say, you know, there's no basis for communications or whatever. So Musty, because Musty's not bad, but Wright is definitely an upgrade, and he's cheaper. So Musty, Kowalchuk, Lund. And a second. Do I really have to give up a first? I mean, I will. I don't care. All right. Let's leave 1, 2, 3. Anderson, Dubé. I don't want to give up both of the defensemen. So do I really care? So that's not enough, huh? And I can give up Dubé. I don't really care about Dubé. I literally picked him up this year. So what if we do this? What if we go back here? Yeah, I picked Dubé up off of waivers. He's got 9 points in 12 games, but all right, we're just going to do it. All right, we're going to do it. Musty, Kowalchuk, Lund, Dubé, and a first for Shane Wright. Right, I forgot. They have all these players under contract. Damn it. All right. We're going to have to take back all your trash. 1, 2. Right, I'm not going to be able to do it now. Shoot. All right, we'll just offer it. I mean, it's probably going to come back and say, it's close, but not quite. But I don't know what else I can do. Montreal, at Philadelphia. Who's hurt? Cider, he's day to day. All right, so we'll replace him with Edward. We lost to Montreal earlier in the month. We beat them this time on the road. Brindley, Brisson, and then Lindholm in overtime. It'd be great if they made the deal right here. We just switch locker rooms. Yeah. All right, so I remove him. They already have 50 players under, so Wright, Longo. Pike. And then can I add another draft pick? I don't have another first to give you, my friend. I don't know that I'm going to be able to make this work without giving up Leanders, and I can't bring myself to do it. All right. I'll see what happens when we get to February. It's a 5-2 win. Look at Brendan Brisson in the top 10 in points. That was a trade made by me. A couple wins in a row. We've re-extended that lead back out to 5. Brindley, Lund, Brisson, Matthews. He's injured. He's day to day. Is he injured? He is. All right, so replace with Dubé. We'll get Kampf back relatively soon. Let's move. Oops. Lindholm there. Move him there. Move there. Excuse me. Lindholm. Next day at Minnesota. 5-4 loss. Regulation losses are no good. Seider and Misa both day to day. Yeah, so not running away with things like it looked like we might. Seider ahead of schedule, safe to dress. Okay, Edward replaced with Seider. Misa's day to day. Colorado today. 6-1 win as the Avs have started to fall off a bit. Kampf is ready for team practice. Still can't put him in the lineup. Brisson, Shabbat, Matthews, Holmertz, Doc. All right. And now Nelson is hurt. Oh, crap. Okay. You know what? We're going to do it. And I'm not even going to think about it. We're just going to do it. Philadelphia. Here's Leanders. Flyers. Give me my guy. Now, I know you need money back, so you can have Patra. No, it's still not enough. Interesting. Patra and Lund. You can have Soderstrom for the extra money. And will you take a draft pick just so we can be done with this? So it'll take a second. What about a third? No, it's going to take a second. All right. Let's do it. All right. One of these days I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that they have 50 players under contract. Yeah, see, I don't know that I can make this work. All right, here we go. We're just going to do it. Okay, now we should be able to do it. Okay. Offer the deal. All right. I know Nelson is injured. God, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. I got to hope that Alexander doesn't fall off a cliff and Goudreau can stay as a decent backup. Kampf is ready, so that's good timing, actually. We will replace Nelson with Kampf. We will put Nelson on the injury list. Yeah, and I'm fine leaving him there with Lindholm and Brindley because we're just going to replace him once the trade goes through. All right, versus Pittsburgh. 7-1 win. Media does not like Vluswick at all. So Matthews, Levshuvnov, Anderson, Holmertz, Frondell, Musty, Frondell. Goudreau gets the win. So there's a big trade. We still have a lot of our prospects that we can move. Leanders was obviously the big one. And that hurts. I really didn't want to give him up. But, all right, here we go. Complete the deal. And we pick up Shane Wright and then a couple of no-name players for Patra, Lund, Ryerson, Leanders, and we are now absolutely loaded for Bear. We will replace... We got one too many players on the roster. All right, these guys just got to go away. All right, and lines... Put Wright in there. Can Brindley play the left wing? He can't. Neither can Lindholm. What is Wright from a 12? Brindley 13. What about Lindholm? 14. So I think Lindholm is Face-offs are a 16. Rights are a 15. I think this is what we do. Right. Swap him in Lindholm. I want him in there as a playmaker, though, I don't think. Put him as counterattacking forward. All right, let's see how this new line does. Looking forward to us being healthy. 4-1 victory. Brisson and Lundell now both in the top 10 in goals. Matthews, Dobson, Frondell, Shabbat. Brisson has a couple of assists. How was Wright in his first game? Not great. But that's okay. So let me know what you think of that deal. It was hard to do, but I think I think it was something I needed to do. All right, so Misa's back. So who comes out? Dubé. Replace Dubé with Misa. And now what are we going to do with these lines? Because Misa's now back out there. I think we just do this. We just force. Can Holmertz play the left? Holmertz can only play. I only have a couple of players who can play the left wing. I think we just leave Lindholm on the left wing. Yeah, we'll just leave Elias on that left wing. Power play is going to be this. Oof. Stacked, man. All right, next game against Toronto. 2-0 win. All right, so the new look lineup has a 4-1 win and a 2-0 win tucked into their belt. We may not be done. I don't know what the plan is, but we may not be done. Matthews and Vluswick. Who got hurt then this time? Anderson. 1 to 2 weeks. All right, replace him with Edward. Nelson isn't ready yet at Nashville. Four 3 win. So yeah, all right. Well, it's 3 wins in a row since we made those deals. Austin Matthews with a hat trick. Looks as though Wright's still looking for his first point with us. Yeah, 3 games. I mean, he's got a game rating of 68, so I'm not too terribly worried about it, but. All right, Chicago. We had at Chicago, at Colorado. There's another win, so 4 straight victories. Allison 3 assists. Levshuvnov, Matthews, Holmertz. Still no points for our guy Shane Wright. Still no points for our guy Shane Wright, but he's a +1 in 4 games. He is on the second line, right? Yeah. All right. Well, we're also getting back Nelson here in a little bit, so that's going to just make us that much deeper. So I think we go Misa, Nelson, right on that second line. Austin Matthews, 6th in the NHL in goals. All right, our last game of the month is at Colorado. That's a 4-1 win. So we are into February, and we still don't have 10 regulation losses on the season. 33, 8, and 7. I will take that. Second best record in the NHL. We got 2 of the top 3 goaltenders in the league in terms of goals against. Brisson, Frondell, Matthews, Seider, Frondell. Yes, still nothing. So we brought in Shane Wright to give us offense. 5 games, he's got no points, but that's okay. So we are at February 1st. We are 33, 8-7. So offline, I am going to trade deadline. I'm assuming is somewhere around here. The 3rd, yeah. So I'll do what I normally do. I'll sim up to like the 25th, and that'll give us a week or so to sort it out. So, yeah, from a statistics standpoint, oh, good. We got another injured defenseman. Okay, so Seider's going to have to go on the IL. But Brisson, 63 points in 48 games. Frondell, 59. Matthews, over a point a game. Misa, 40 points in 42. Lev Shuvnov. Yeah, I mean, our offense is just really good. It's really, really good. So, yeah, Brindley will end up moving to the... Brindley's going to be on the 3rd line with Olesen. And so that 3rd line is going to be Brindley, Olesen, Elias Lindholm. Take that as a 3rd line. Yeah, I mean, we're loaded. Loaded for bear here as we get ready for the postseason. Alexander, 23-5, 236 and a 922. Gaudreau, 13-5-2, 248 and a 912. So, yeah, I'm going to sim ahead a few weeks. When we come back, it'll be the trade deadline episode, plus probably the end of the regular season and into the postseason. So let me know what you think of the deal I made. Did I overpay? I feel like I overpaid, but I also felt like this was the year to overpay. We pick up Shane Wright on a really, really reasonable contract. Let me know your thoughts on that deal. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.